Thursday the 25th will be our first Thursday. So we're excited to see how it happens, and even the restrictions being, loosened a little bit in the past couple of weeks and going from, being able to have tables of up to 6 now, that's really, really helped, because Piero's is definitely, a special occasion place. People come to celebrate, whether it's birthdays or anniversaries or, just, celebrate any special occasion. And you don't do that all the time with a group of 2 or 3 or 4. So to be able to get into parties of 6 and go to the larger parties has really, really been beneficial to us. So excited to see what this weekend brings, and the 50% capacity. I'll tell you, it couldn't come at a better time with March Madness coming into town. We're already, on Tuesday, we're already going into the weekend with our biggest book that we've had coming back since we reopened on October 2nd. So we're going into, I believe, Friday night right now, we're sitting about 249 reservations, and Saturday night, a little over 270. So it's great to be that busy this early in the week already. So,
I hope you get so busy that you hire the full staff. You know what I mean? You get busy, you get pretty busy.
Yeah. We're getting excited, and promising. It looks that, some of the conventions are still on the calendar for, the end of May and June and July. So, we're definitely with our location directly across the street from the convention center. And especially now with the new convention center, essentially we're right at the doorstep of the main entrance. To get those conventions back and get that part of the Vegas economic, business going is going to be huge to us and our location.
Yeah, and that's what's definitely important, because I get so many questions so many times. What Italian restaurant is a good recommendation? Of course, I'm going to refer to you. I go back with you a long, long time, and the whole thing. There's so many of them out there, and there's so many good people out there, and everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's delicious. We're in Vegas. I mean, we're all in it to go. But and we're all in it to make good food for everybody. But what I know personally, if I know the chef personally, guys, I'm not going to send you somewhere to go, because he's going to be clean, number one, and he's going to have good food, because this is my ball game, man. We love Italian food. It's the name, I love it, and been around a long time. How long has Piero's been around, though? Seriously, what is the time frame?
So Piero's opened in 1982.
Okay.
The original location was on Karen and Maryland Parkway over by the Las Vegas Country Club. And then in 1987, it moved to its current location. And I think that's one of the things that makes Piero's so special is, we have great food, and some recipes that have been around well before me that are, day one recipes. One of, a funny story, I started at Piero's a year and a half ago, October of 2019, I started at Piero's, and there were some things I went in and I was like, I don't know, I think we got to look at, maybe doing that a little bit different and kind of the recipe and how the dishes were being executed. And I would do it my way and then do a side-by-side with the recipe that they were using before I showed it to anybody. And what they were doing was just unbelievable. Like, you could tell that these recipes were 30 years of trial and error and being perfected. So, Piero's has this awesome food, but it's also got like that history and that nostalgic kind of feel to it, that kind of old Vegas feel. The servers are still in the white tuxedo jackets and the bow ties, and the martinis are big and shaking at the table, and just the ambiance and the decor and the lighting. It's got that old school Vegas feel to it, and we're doing some awesome food and some awesome service. So it's been a fun year and a half being there.
And that's excellent, because that's what makes it. Yeah, everybody went through the tough times, but you know what? Let's get away from these tough times now, because we're looking up. It's looking up now, and that's what we want. We want to look up. We want to make everything look great, and that's the most important thing, because everyone's going to expect the service. Everyone's going to expect to go out and have good food now. Things are only looking on the up, with all those statistics are going down, without getting into all that stuff, because I'm kind of moving into the direction of come on, Vegas, let's come back, and there's so many people out there that are happy to get going. And, you got the legend out there, man. What was the movie over there? What was that movie again? One of my favorite movies.
Casino.
Casino, yeah, my favorite guy there, Joe Pesci. There's a special booth over there, isn't there? A special
Yeah,
booth dedicated,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's amazing, man. I love it. You know, you go in there. Does anybody ever ask for that directly? I want to sit at that booth where Joe Pesci was.
Yeah, there's actually, quite a few requests. Can we sit in the room where they filmed Casino, or can we sit in the booth where they filmed Casino? So, and that room is what we call a room. And Mr. Glusman, the owner, that's kind of like his room. And, I'll use the word clubhouse. That's where him and his friends have been eating for, close to 40 years now. And I think if those worlds could talk, probably the stories that could be told. But, he kind of controls who sits in that room and wants his friends and his regular customers and his loyal customers in that room. So it's really hard to get into. So if you do find yourself, in a room, and especially at that booth, at the Casino booth, you're definitely somebody important, and you've made somebody happy.
Exactly. And everybody wants to see for sure your food. Okay. So what we've just done, everybody, is we've gathered some pictures for you. And if Jimmy can figure out how to do this here in a second, I will do it. Hang on. And we will get this right on here for you, because we want to make sure that it happens. Here we go. Sophistication. Okay. So explain when it comes up what things are, and let me put your little banner on the bottom so I want everyone to know where it's coming from. Okay. So when we get to this thing, you let me know what we have here. You explain what it is.
Yeah, so these are Pat's meatballs, and believe it or not, when I started at Piero's, there wasn't a meatball on the menu, and I was kind of just like I couldn't figure, like we're this Italian restaurant and there's a meatball, so I was going to make meatballs, and I was told, I'm sure you make a great meatball chef, but Pat makes the best meatball, and Pat is this wonderful, wonderful woman. She'll actually be celebrating her 81st birthday tomorrow.
Wow.
She's been with Mr. G for over 40 years and worked for him in all different kind of capacities over the 40 years. And she runs the wine program and all the beverage at Piero's, as well as really does everything at Piero's. And she's a phenomenal cook, originally from Brooklyn. And when I was going to make meatball, they said, "Chef, I'm sure you make a great meatball, but Pat's are the best." So it was a process. I worked it, and it was an enjoyable process of working with Pat for weeks and weeks, as she taught me essentially what was her grandmother's recipe to make meatballs. And once she felt comfortable with myself and one of my other chefs making the meatballs, now we can make them. But this is her family's recipe. Ground beef, ground pork, cooked in a meat sauce, and then low and slow for hours, and then we serve it with that meat sauce and whipped ricotta and then some grilled focaccia bread, and it's become one of the more popular appetizers that we have. So
excellent.
Yeah.
And what about this one?
Oh, these are the fried raviolis. So, a lot of these dishes with the pictures are items that we do in addition to the menu. Like I was saying, the menu, the recipes and the the chicken parmesan and a lot of the dishes that are on the menu have been the same for the last 35, 40 years. And it's hard to take that away. So a lot of what we do, anywhere from about 5 to 10 different specials a night. And this was something we did for a special. So this is a crispy ravioli, and they're stuffed with ricotta, mascarpone, and pecorino cheese. And then they're deep fried. So they're crispy and then tossed with Parmesan cheese when they come out. And it's just it's this truly amazing bite. You get this creamy, warm, creamy cheese in the center and the crispy pasta dough. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Make you hungry just looking at these pictures, man.
This was something that we just did recently. We had gotten some rock shrimp in kind of by accident. We didn't really know what we were going to do. And one of my favorite dishes is the crispy rock shrimp tempura at Nobu. And it was like, well, we're obviously, we're an Italian restaurant. We want to use Italian ingredients. So what we did was we made a tempura style batter using Prosecco, a little bit of cornmeal, some flour, and then we did crispy rock shrimp. But then for the chili sauce, we used roasted garlic and Calabrian chilies, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So, kind of essentially, a riff on the Nobu classic, but kind of making it our own and giving it an Italian influence to it. This was a big hit. It was really tasty.
You gotta have it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
all this food, man.
this was a beet and goat cheese salad that we did. This was actually pre-pandemic. We're getting really excited now because spring and early summer and summer is one of the greatest times of the year to cook, right? And especially utilizing the local farms and everything here, we really start to get some awesome produce and ingredients in. And last year we kind of missed that entire season of growing, and the spring season. So we threw this one in there to get us excited for what's to come for the springtime, and being able to utilize those ideas and dishes that we had for last spring that kind of got put on hold. So excited for this spring and summer to come up, because now we got twice as many ideas because we've had a whole year to think about it. So
excellent.
And this is a spring vegetable banga cotta. We did this for a special event. We used to do these comedy series, and it was a comedy show and appetizers. So this it's a garlic, anchovy, olive oil, and butter dip for the vegetables and the crudité. And I'll tell you, when you get the richness of the butter and the spiciness of the garlic and the saltiness of the anchovies, and then these awesome, vegetables, and you just dip it in that mix. It's a really incredible bite.
Okay, go to that next guy. This is your salad, right?
Yeah, that's the classic Piero Caesar salad. So, same recipe for 40 years. Been doing it the same way, and one of the funny things when we reopened for the pandemic, from reopening in October, we really weren't sure how much staff we were going to bring back and what business levels were going to be like, and so on and so forth. And the guy who had been making the Caesar dressing for the last 25 years, we really weren't sure if we were going to bring back the prep cooks right away, because we didn't know if we needed that element of the business. And
right
after the first week of trying to do some of these things, it was very clear right away that we needed to bring back the prep cooks, because they were really the heart and soul of the recipes that made the sauces and the dressings and all that. And even though there was a recipe, we tried to follow it. It just the technique and the process that they've been doing for so long, the flavor profile was very noticeable to some longtime regulars. So yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, that's a nice little kind of like a tuna tartare and avocado bruschetta. Super simple, just avocado, tuna, a little bit of blood orange, radish, and dill. That's a great little plate right there.
The wife likes tuna tartare a lot.
Okay.
She likes that a lot.
Yeah, this is it's changed a little bit in the last over the last couple of weeks, but this is our burrata. We do a burrata with a walnut pesto, the freshest tomatoes that are available to us, a little bit of arugula, aged balsamic, olive oil, a classic kind of burrata tomato dish. Oh, this one was another burrata. So this is grilled asparagus with salsa verde and salt cod, and I'm sorry, not burrata. That's a poached egg on top. So you kind of crack into that egg, and the egg runs, and you get the salt cod and the saltiness and from the cod, and then a salsa verde with capers and olive oil. Delicious, great, another great springtime dish that we're looking forward to.
Excellent.
Oh, this is fun. So when we reopened in October, I was going to the farmer's market, and the farmer's market downtown Third, there was a little local couple that's growing mushrooms, and they're called Sundown Mushrooms. And the mushrooms that they're producing are absolutely spectacular. And we're playing around with like some vegan dishes and such. So this was one we had fun doing. This is just a mushroom piccata. So we did it all vegan. There's no dairy or anything in there. Just olive oil, some mushroom stock, some mushrooms, capers, garlic. Delicious.
Excellent. Whoops, hit the wrong button there. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, and then just marinated olives.
Right. Yeah,
those are our way onto the charcuterie board. Oh, this one. So I got introduced to this local distributor that was bringing in this Piedmontese style beef, and when we originally tasted the beef, it it was super lean, but it had to me like a richness and a gaminess to it that like not all domestic beef has. So what we decided to do with this was just to do a real simple steak tartare, and the beef itself alone had such great flavor profile that is all we did was toss it with a little bit of olive oil, sea salt, cracked black pepper, and then shaved lemon juice, and then shaved Parmesan cheese on top. So it just really like the meat. It was so simple, and it really like stood up. It was just delicious. This was a little spring pea cappuccino. So little chilled spring pea underneath there, and then we did like a kind of like a buttermilk foam. Our house made Italian sausage. We make all our sausages and everything in house. And the charcuterie board. Marinated olives, roasted peppers, marinated Parmesan cheese, whipped ricotta, and then the charcuterie offerings that we have kind of rotate, weekly depending on what's the best available and what's new and unique and kind of what we're feeling. So, here we got mortadella and prosciutto.
I love mortadella. Oh man, love mortadella, man. Actually, my daughter is nuts. My little one, she loves mortadella. She loves it. Yeah, I guess it runs in the blood. What can I say? But it's real. It's all good. That looks delicious.
And this is just shot of the grill in action, loaded with steaks and grilled broccoli. So,
yep, that's excellent.
We did this one a few weeks ago, the porchetta. So we did a house-made porchetta, and we marinated the loin and then rolled it with a bunch of herbs and spices in the pork belly, got that skin real nice and crispy, and then served it over some bitter broccoli rabe with a pork jus that we poured over at tableside.
Excellent.
Colorado lamb chops. This was with roasted carrots and turnips that we got from Desert Bloom Eco Farm out in Pahrump. That was a great special.
Excellent. I love the special. When we came in, we had a great special. It was excellent. Oh, now we're coming down my part of the world here. I love pastas.
Yeah. Piero's classic linguine and clams. And we do, this is a fun one. We do both white or red. So, I kind of like the combination of both. I get the white with a touch of red, but linguine and clams, classic. You can't go wrong with it.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, absolutely not. Definitely can't go wrong with that.
One of our the penne pomodoro. So it's a great one there.
That's outrageous.
Oh, and this was so we did a house-made fettuccine with bay scallops and a saffron cream sauce, and then we finished it with a smoked salmon roe. It was a really, really great dish. It was super rich, but then the smokiness from the salmon roe, and we put a little fresh lemon zest over the top. That was a great pasta special.
How you doing, Dave? There's our friend Dave from the UK. You remember him from the first time, Chef? There he is. Yeah. Just had dinner. Now we're making him hungry again. That's what you want to hear, So you made it worldwide, man. That's good. How you doing, Dave? So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's good.
So this is the Piero's classic ossobuco, and this was one of the recipes that I thought that I was gonna change and improve on, and there's no way. This is this is it. And we only cook a certain amount every day based on the reservations, and right now we're doing between 20 and 30 ossobuco a day, and at the end of the night, they don't get saved for the next day. They're fresh every day. If what we have left at the end of the night ends up going to the staff, and a lot of times we'll make tacos out of it or something for the staff at the end of the night. But truly a remarkable. If you love ossobuco, this is the one to go for. And it's served with the egg fettuccine, done fresh every day. They go in the oven at noon every day, and they're just there, and every day. So
Yeah. And this is really good because we get to show everybody what your dishes are like. You know what I mean? Because some people haven't had the opportunity to go. They can see what's past, present, and what's coming in, and that's
Yeah.
important because a lot of people don't get to see this. There you
Yeah.
go.
This was one. So this was another like a take on shrimp and grits. So what we did was we took rock shrimp and then we made roasted garlic and Parmesan super, super creamy polenta, and then sauteed the rock shrimp and then made kind of like a spicy tomato based sauce, using oregano and garlic and different herbs to kind of give our spin on shrimp and grits. So
excellent.
Oh, and this just a couple weeks ago, we got some really awesome European truffles in from our friends over at Michael's Gourmet, and just wanted to utilize them in some simple ways. And that's what we did here. This is just a house-made fettuccine with a little bit of truffle butter, and then Parmesan cheese, and then those shaved truffles over the top. So just a super simple dish of really 4 ingredients that just really let the flavors and the quality of the product stand out. Oysters, we've had a huge success with oysters. That was one thing that the restaurant really didn't offer. And then even when I started, we didn't do too much with oysters until we came back from the pandemic, and we decided, let's go ahead and give some oysters a shot, and didn't really think that we would sell. And now I'm selling upwards of about 300 oysters every weekend in 2 days.
That's excellent.
This was a special dish that we did with somebody. We combined our shrimp cocktail with the oysters, and then obviously topped them off with a little bit of caviar. So,
and I got another question from Dave for you. How long do you normally give yourselves to prep one meal?
Well, right now, with being open Friday, Saturday, we're really kind of like on a 4-day work week. We go in, I go in on Wednesday and I kind of do inventory and do all the ordering and everything. And then on Thursday, myself and 3 other guys go in, and we about 8 to 9 hours worth of prep work to get ready. And then on Friday, I go in about 11, and the crew starts coming in about 1 o'clock, and then we open at 5. And then same thing on Saturday. So we get in about 5-6 hours before we open, as well as 1 full day of prep. So a lot of things, I often get questions like, or people make comments like, oh, well, it must be easy only being open 2 days a week and so on and so forth. And it's not. It actually makes it more difficult, because when we're open 7 days, there's always somebody there, and Caesar dressings being made, every day or every other day. And, there's just kind of like a schedule that's being followed, and the wheels are always in motion. And to go and on Saturday night at midnight to kind of stop and pause for 3-4 days and then have to pick back up and start all over. It's a process. So, be excited to get going again and get everything up and running back to full scale.
And this looks like tuna also, right?
Yeah, just a quick little tuna crudo. This one was finished at the table. I don't remember what the sauce on this one was, but this is just some toasted garlic, serrano chilies, tuna, little pea sprout salad, and then we had a olive oil, blood orange vinaigrette that kind of got poured tableside over that one. Steamed mussels, yeah, spicy nuja. White wine, garlic.
That definitely looks good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then this one, so this, Piero's is known for its stone crabs. And then when stone crabs go out of season, they do this awesome Dungeness crab cake. And the crab cake's kind of served with this roasted pepper, tomato sauce, and capers. Well, we're still doing the stone crabs right now, so we're still in stone crab season, and we sell a ton of them. And we're kind of getting some requests for the crab cakes. We kind of played with it. And this, we took a dorade and we stuffed the dorade with the crab cake mixture, and then pan-seared and roasted the dorade in the oven, and then served it with that roasted pepper, tomato sauce, and the crispy capers. This was really good.
Looks good.
Yeah, all these pictures are bringing back. I forget about some of this stuff.
Get some ideas back again.
This one we just did recently. we were, you know, we like to do different things for staff meals. And a couple weeks ago on Friday, we were going to do fish and chips and clam chowder. And the clam chowder, traditionally it's, with bacon or pork belly or salt cod. And we were kind of like going through the walk-in, and we were, slicing the meats for our charcuterie platters, and we get the trimmings from the end, and really kind of always looking for different outlets to utilize those. So instead of using bacon or anything like that, we took all our different salumis and all our different trimmings. So this has like pancetta and soppressata and prosciutto and all of that. And then we essentially used that as the base and then made it into a clam chowder with, chopped clams and clam juice and white wine, a little bit of heavy cream, and finished it with a herb oil and chili oil. And it was supposed to be just with the fish and chips for staff meal, and we were really, really happy with how it turned out, and actually ended up turning into a soup special at the restaurant for the night, and it got great reviews. So, and there's those stone crabs we were talking about, flowing in fresh weekly. I placed the order on Wednesday, and Friday afternoon they arrive. And we crack them to order, and a huge, I worked at, steakhouses up and down the strip, and, we often did stone crabs as specials. And I thought that, we sold a lot at one point, and then I showed up at Piero's, and just the amount of stone crabs that we go through, it's amazing.
Big time thing in South Florida, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
This is a whole, crispy whole Dorade. So, this is a snapper. I'm sorry, this is a red snapper. So we took the red snapper, and then we coated it in some rice flour, and then fried the whole thing, and then put that on the plate in a spicy pepper sauce with a bitter green salad and citrus. Oh, and this is one that we're working on, our own cured gravlax. So this is a beet and herb cured gravlax. Another version of the steamed mussels. This is just white wine garlic, very simple. And this is, we're getting that time of year again too, the house marinated anchovies. So we get the anchovies in, and we clean them, and we give them a quick sear on the flat top, and then they're marinated olive oil, vinegar, herbs, and spices. And then we serve those just with some grilled toast. What a bite.
Excellent.
So a special seafood pasta with clams and mussels and lobster, shrimp, crab, and then a squid ink spaghetti.
Is that a crab claw there?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, these stuffed dates wrapped in pancetta, the piquillo pepper sauce. We take that house-made Italian sausage and stuff it in the dates, and then wrap them in the pancetta and roast them in the oven. And you get this like spicy and saltiness from the sausage and the pancetta, but then the sweetness from the date and the piquillo pepper. Those are really good. This was one. So this is a Piero's classic. Been on the menu for forever. It's a hearts of palm avocado salad, shaved Maui onion, and heirloom tomato. So this one, this was one of the dishes that I inherited, a version of it. Beef carpaccio, truffle, truffle vinaigrette, shaved mushrooms, walnut. Yeah,
carpaccio's always been great.
That's big hit.
More meatballs, right?
Meatballs, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the first one that you saw was the original meatball dish. Right. And then when we came back in October and reopened, we kind of looked at some of the dishes, and staffing levels were reduced and business levels, and so some of the presentations changed for efficiency, as well as kind of feel like the restaurant kind of grew, and myself personally during the pandemic, of the kind of the way that we looked at some of the dishes and the presentation and the thought process behind it. So I like to feel that, we've evolved for the better.
Absolutely.
This was recently as well. Those same winter truffles that we have. Got an email. There was some awesome white asparagus available. So we just did a real simple chilled white asparagus salad with a truffle vinaigrette, toasted walnuts, Parmesan cheese, and shaved truffles.
Now, on your asparagus, I never, my wife is more of an asparagus person than me, but if you have the green asparagus and the white asparagus, is there a difference in taste, or are they pretty much the same?
They're relatively close. I think the white asparagus to me is more earthy and sweeter. And really, especially if you get really, really well grown, especially the imported white asparagus, you really notice that earthiness to it. Oh, this was so we have huge success with Chilean sea bass at the restaurant. Everybody loves it, and it's always asked for. So we just did a pan roasted Chilean sea bass with a puttanesca sauce. We've got the olives and capers and anchovies in there, and just a little roasted spaghetti squash.
And I like Chilean sea bass better than the Mediterranean sea bass.
Right.
I like that better. I like the taste better. I love sea bass. That's one of my favorite.
This is a clam toast. So this was another one. We did the picture of the mussels way back with the nuja and the mussels and that kind of spicy, smoky pork goes so well with shellfish. So this was one thing that I always kind of wanted to do, and it really came out really well. We took the nuja spread and put that on the grilled toast, and then really made like a ceviche out of the clams, and then put that on top with some olive oil and some fresh citrus, and some arugula, and it really, the flavors worked really, really well together.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments that they love the pictures, man. They didn't even know you had half this stuff. that's what's good. I'm just getting overloaded with these type of comments there. And Dave from the UK has been saying sea bass with bird's eye chili sauce. I mean, everybody has their own version, of different things that people like, and it's just amazing because the pictures speak 1,000 words. You know what I mean? It's amazing because now people can see what you have and, say, is this, and you run specials, and we'll get into that in a sec. I just want to finish up the pictures here. So what's this?
This was, again, trying to utilize those truffles in a super simplistic way. So these are, it's a bread dumpling essentially, or like a bread gnocchi. And was what we do. We took the focaccia and mixed it with eggs and Parmesan cheese and a little bit of milk, and then poached these quenelles of this bread gnocchi, served with a little Parmesan cream sauce, olive oil, and then the truffles again on top. And it was just one of those super simple dishes that was, let the flavors of the cheese and the truffles and everything stand out on their own.
Excellent.
This was a burrata salad with warm butternut squash, aged balsamic, and chopped hazelnuts.
That looks pretty good. And we go for some desserts now, huh? Is this what I think it is? Spumoni, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, everybody's favorite. Chocolate pistachio and strawberry gelato, served over some fudge sauce, toasted pistachios, and then freeze-dried strawberries.
Oh man, that is unbelievable. I love spumoni, man. That's great.
Oh, and these were we were getting some awesome radishes from out at the farm. So we did this one kind of like just as a complimentary like gift from the kitchen. The radishes with truffle butter and sea salt. That was great. On this, we're working on some vegan dishes. We haven't reintroduced the vegan menu quite yet, but pre-pandemic we were working on some vegan dishes. So there's a local vegan ice cream from Paradise Creamery, and she makes these just unbelievable ice creams. And this was a balsamic ice cream that she was making. They're all plant-based, vegan, and then we got some really awesome Harry's Berry strawberries in the springtime, and did the strawberries with chopped hazelnuts, the vegan balsamic ice cream, and then a little of it's a 25-year aged balsamic on there. So it's really got this kind of like natural sweetness to the vinegar. It was great.
And, plant-based foods is really becoming a big deal. I know one of our local vendors, Laguti's Fresh Foods, has a whole area on just plant-based foods. And it's amazing because it's just a different way. I mean, they're creating things out of plant-based that I didn't think they can do. And, it's like, wow, and I took a tour of that place. It's amazing. I mean, if you ever get a chance to get out there, man, it's amazing. Just so many things happening now. It's just like that downfall that we all took, it's like stopped everything from developing, now we're coming with it. So that's great, man.
This we just did recently. This is a scallop crudo. And it's got blood orange and lime, chilies. There's a little bit of diced fennel, celery, and then we make this sauce with the blood orange juice, olive oil, a touch of chili, a little bit of lime juice, and then pour that over the scallops. So it kind of gets a quick ceviche effect, but still has the sweetness. So it's great.
Yeah. Oh man, some of the pictures you gave me, man, were outrageous, and I just want everyone to know there's more. But chef can only send me so many. Because it's so many new things that he's developing that's really going. Going to be amazing. And that's the whole thing I was going to ask you. You're going to have specials. You always run specials at Piero.
Yeah. So the menu. Right now we have about 30 items that are on the permanent menu, and that they're your veal marsala, chicken parmesan, shrimp scampi, and then all the pasta dishes. And then each week, depending on what are the freshest available ingredients and what's in season, we try to base these specials off of. So, like I said, the week starts early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of reaching out to purveyors and farmers and seeing what's going to be coming available for the weekend, and then Wednesday ordering that product, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday we get it in and we have fun with it. So it's been really awesome. And in my previous life I spent a lot of time supervising the chefs and not really being in the kitchen as much on a daily basis. So it's been a ton of fun to be back in the kitchen every day and getting your hands dirty and playing with food again and stuff. So.
And I remember it when you went over, right? And I remember it because I worked with you how many years? You know what I mean? So many years. I go back, guys, with chef many years. And I remember when he changed and went back in the kitchen. I says, "So what's the difference?" I love being in the kitchen again. It's like amazing getting away from you're always gonna have your normal managerial stuff to do, but when you get into your hands on again, that's what you seem like you missed. And that's what's good. That's what's good. I've seen chef in action so many times. Here comes Jimmy walking and doing a health inspection, and here comes chef, and he does his thing. I seen him in action, and now to have him do what he's doing, I'm sure he's enjoying it, man. That's what your old roots, right?
Yeah. Old roots. And I'm super fortunate too to be able to do it at Piero's, where it's family owned and family operated, and don't have the corporate ladder to go up to and get approvals for and everything. So if we talk about something on Wednesday morning, it's on the plate Friday afternoon when we open. So right. There's not the levels of having to go through tastings and approvals and all of that stuff. So it's nice. It's been a great change.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to remind everybody, because I know I've been flashing this for several reasons, but I want everyone to know, in case, because I see some people come on later and, all time frame changes, you can go on any of these things. Of course, YouTube, you can go on Jimmy V Live and get this whole broadcast again. They're there. They're downloaded. You can catch them. You can catch them on Facebook too. A lot of people go back and review it. You go down there, subscribe, and hit the bell, because I do so many different shows, and you guys will know when it's coming on. But yeah, chef stuff. This is Chef's second time with me on the show. We actually did a show very beginning I think you were like our third guy on there, and we were talking pre-pandemic. Okay, and it was like we were all unknown, but like Piero's was cutting back, and we talked about all that. But now it's a whole different ball game on this side of the fence, and we're gonna see. What do you think if everything goes good as we're as everything still stays as we're moving forward? Do you think that you guys will get back to a complete full menu again down the road, more sooner than later?
Yeah, I don't know if the menu will come back as large as it once was, but the menu will definitely grow as we add days and we and increase our inventory and such. Right now it's just really trying to forecast and predict what our sales are going to look like, and we obviously hate to run out of food and have to tell a guest on Saturday night that, hey, I'm sorry, we don't have that ossobuco, come back again next week. That's not what we want to tell anybody, but also too at the same time, we got to be able to control our cost and our spending and look at that part of it. So knock on wood, we've been pretty fortunate so far up to this point to be able to offer the true Piero's experience, and be able to control our inventory and our production and that aspect of it. So, and just as we continue to get busier, it's just going to become easier and easier.
Right, exactly. And everybody, everybody is going through the same thing now, because now we're starting to back up. Right. So we got so used to, not that you got used to it, but you had no other choice, but it's the best terminology to use, that you had to cut back on so much. And now you're coming back with 50%, and I know 25 to 35 ain't a big deal, but now you're at 50. So that's when we first cut back in half. So now you got to go the other way. So now everybody's going through, do I order this? Do I order that? Are we going to get, but I don't think we're going the other way anymore. From a public health standpoint, I think we're going the opposite way, because that's the way life is going to go. And just so everybody knows, Piero's does and still will follow all the regulations and pandemic rules with the masks and everything. You're not going to see that go away anytime soon. They're going to follow they always have followed all the guidelines. So that's for sure. So the world knows that. And, the menu's going to get what it is, but I know for a fact that Chef here, he has not cut back on anything in the menu. They'll may cut back on items, but it's always been the highest quality that you can get. I can guarantee that, and things are going to be coming more, available, and, things are going to happen. But you know what? Piero's has been around a long time. I don't see them going anywhere, so, and that's the thing. And they got a good chef behind the ball game here, So with everything, I mean, did you guys ever open up I guess it's down the road, the Monkey Bar? I mean, not right now, but I'm sure that's going to open up eventually as things go down the line, right? Or have you opened up on weekends? Or
yeah, we have it right now. Right now, we're kind of using the Monkey Bar area just kind of as a waiting area for reservations and guests as they wait for their reservations or their tables to become available. One of the areas that we were hit hardest with the restrictions was we're fortunate to have a very large restaurant, right? Our capacity is 475. So to do 200 covers on a Friday night, even at 35% capacity, wasn't an issue, because we'd get the early tables, and then they were out at 7:00 and would get that 7:00 rush and all that. But as what being open at 50% is going to be able to allow us to have, 225 people in the restaurant at one time is really going to benefit us. So we'll be able to open up more time slots during, that 6:30, 7:00, 7:30, 8:00, kind of those peak times. And then with that, I think we'll see, less people having to wait for their table, and then be able to bring Monkey Bar back to its regular capacity. As far as the live entertainment and everything in there that we used to do on the weekends, I'm not sure when that will come back, because it is a small space and the social distancing and stuff. We still, we still have to abide by those kind of standards and practices of having the 6 feet of space and every other booth and that sort of thing. So
you still have the garbage salad, right?
Yep.
You stayed Sonia's favorite.
Yeah, the garbage salad, that the garbage Caesar, the Mr. G's son Evan came back from the story behind it. He came back from the lake one afternoon, him and his buddies, and they were out at the lake in the summer, and they were hot, and they didn't want a bowl of spaghetti or chicken parmesan or anything like that. So they kind of were making a Caesar salad and like, well, what can we put in there? And then hearts of palm ended up in there, and tomato and avocado and shrimp and croutons and more cheese. And so that's where the garbage salads come from. And now it's a guest favorite. We sell, the number one selling salad for sure.
And here's one from Dave in the UK. Is it free delivery? Well, Dave, out here. What we doing here, Dave? It's great. Well, the restaurants, we have the different services that do delivery. Whether you like them or not, whether they charge people money. We're not on the show for that. But there is another one that's actually, I don't even know if Chef knows this, it's being developed by restaurant owners. That's gonna go in conjunction with those for whatever reason they're doing it, but it's still the same process of you can order through them. I mean, there's all different kinds we have here. No UPS, no UPS, but hey, you never know, right? But no, seriously, they have that, and there's always to go. There's always to go. People come in to go, buy things to go. They call ahead, right, Chef? And they can get items. But there's nothing better than the experience of going there. I can tell you that. I mean, It's great. What an experience. It is a phenomenal experience. We always have a good time when we've gone in the past before Chef and when Chef pretty much a month or two ago, we went over there, Sonia and I and my wife, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was amazing. And the quality of service, the quality of food, the people are so nice and so easy to deal with. I mean, it's great. It's a great deal. Otherwise I wouldn't have Chef on. I wouldn't have nobody on who's no good. Everybody knows me. Okay. I'm not going to have nobody on who doesn't have a clean restaurant for sure. And I'm definitely not going to have anyone on who doesn't have good food, and especially Italian food. So people who know me know that. And Chef's great, so it looks great coming up. Ownership is great too. I mean, we're looking forward to different things. Any things on the horizon you want to give up, give out, like any new specials, or hold off? They can call in on it.
Yeah, let's hold off right now. But I mean, we are getting excited. Like I said in the beginning, we're going to be adding Thursdays back starting the 25th. So that will be another option, and then we're looking at a few different kind of, I don't know if the word promotions is the right thing. A few different things that we'll be doing on different nights of the week, kind of old Piero's classics that will be kind of making a comeback for certain nights of the week and things like that. A lot of requested dishes from longtime regulars and stuff that we can build upon. So, just excited to be opening up another day and excited to see everything going in the right direction and start to seeing some action over at the convention center. And that's promising, knowing that it's all coming.
Yeah, it's all coming. And, especially with me getting busier shows good stuff too, because now everybody, it's getting the way it is. It's the life of Vegas is coming back. Those of you who are in town, this place is growing. Don't get scared away from coming here. The future is going to be great in Las Vegas, and our locals know. We all know the places to go and where not to go, and we all know that as locals. But anyone who's from far, don't be afraid to come to Vegas. There's a lot happening here. The future are going to still be the capital of the world of food and beverage, that's for sure. But I want everyone on the bottom to see Piero's Italian Cuisine. That's the address. That's the phone number. Reservations. It's worth your while to go over there for sure. Have a good meal. Chef, he's there. If he's there, come out and say hello to you. But he's a busy guy.
Well, love to meet everybody. Just tell your server you saw me on Jimmy V Live, and I'll come out and say hello.
There you go, guys. See that? Say Jimmy V Live. And it's great. And before we go, Dave has another question for you. What's your go-to meal when you're at home? What's your favorite meal when you go home? I love that question because that's a personal question. What's your favorite meal when you go home? Don't say McDonald's, man. Come on.
No, we've actually been. I got two little boys at home, and we've actually been having a lot of fun. I've obviously now had more time to spend at home than in the past, and we've been eating together as a family. We're fortunate, 3 to 4 nights a week right now. So there's not really one go-to because we've been really trying to like cook different things and get the kids to explore different options and stuff like that. Last week, perfect example, like I said, there's certain items that just don't last 5 days at the restaurant because we're closed. So Saturday night we had a couple orders of salmon left over, and I'm like, well, I'm going to take these home. And Sunday night, made the kids salmon for dinner. I'm like, there's no way. Like I was prepared to go make the macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets, like that. This just wasn't going to work. And now the kids are asking me when we're going to have salmon again. So
spoiling them.
yeah, it's been a lot of different experimenting. But I think if there's like a go-to that I know is like a crowd pleaser for everybody in the house. We're a big outdoor grill family, so we love, throw a couple steaks and some chicken on the grill, maybe some vegetables, some baked potatoes, a nice salad, kind of like grilled kind of steakhouse meal. Everybody, I know that one will make everybody happy. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's great, man. You're a regular guy when you're just a chef too. You're a dad, and I understand, man. That's it. So everybody, see, that's Piero's down the bottom. Okay, I also want you to know, go here. You can see the show again. They're recorded. Say subscribe, hit the bell, because I do Supernatural show, which hasn't been yet, but Sports Nicholas is back next week, and it's great. And food and beverage is where it all started, and where's the main core of the thing. And Chef's a big sports guy too, Buffalo Bill guy right there, and that's it. Bill Mafia there, right? So he's a good guy and everything there, but definitely go see it. Go see him because he's definitely worth going to see. You can't do anything wrong by not going to Piero's, man. It's chef. It's great. Have you? I'm going to be in touch with you all the time. You know that. Anything new pops up, I'll let you know. Everyone definitely go see him. And as Chef said, sit down in his restaurant. You want to see him? Tell him you saw him on Jimmy V Live, man. Tell me you saw him on Jimmy V Live. He'll come out and say hello to you. I saw you on Jimmy V Live, man. You look the same, except he'll be wearing chef out attire there, So anyway, thanks so much, Chef Chris. I mean, you're a great guy, great friend, and you're welcome anytime, man. We'll probably
thanks for having me.
We'll do it again. We'll see what's going down.
Sounds
all right,
great,
brother. All
Sounds
right, man.
Great.
You take care. Say hello to the family for me.
I will. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Take care. So, everyone, that was Chef. Great guy. I know him a very long time. He's a phenomenal chef. I mean, I know him for many, many years. Please go over there to Piero's Italian Cuisine, 355 Convention Center Drive, Las Vegas, 89109, 702-369-2305. As Chef said, go over there and say he saw him on Jimmy V Live. He'll come out and say hello to you. And plus, for you guys, this is Jimmy V Live. You're going to see a hell of a website when it comes out. It's all under construction, but we do sports, nuclear, supernatural, food and beverage shows. You guys have any remarks that you want to say, emailing me at any of the email addresses down there. You want to see something, even on the sports shows. Next week, we will be doing sports show again, Sports Nucleus, with buddy of mine there, Eric Snyder there. And I think that would be real good for you guys to come on. We'll have a great time with that. So with that said, everybody, enjoy. I want everyone to have a great day. We'll see you soon. And Jimmy V, signing off for now, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.